Kochi, formerly known as Cochin, is a vibrant city situated on the southwest coast of the Indian peninsula in the breathtakingly scenic and prosperous state of Kerala, hailed as God's own country. It is flanked to its east by the Western Ghats, and to the west is the Arabian Sea, which made it a great port for all the colonizers and traders. Our study was concentrated in the small town of Mattancherry, home to the Jewish community. The ex-mayor of Kochi himself describes the diversity of the communities in Mattancherry.
Israel's history is a very painful history. Israel's history is the history of the Jews.
Yeah.
All over the world they were persecuted. Ultimately they wanted a homeland.
Yeah.
And then they went to defend the homeland. So we have 15 ethnic groups living in 15 settlements. All this happened and Jewish quarter is one of them. All this happened because the Maharajas who ruled this place, they were very tolerant. Any community who came from any part of the world, they were given a piece of land to settle down. So if you go to Jewtown and if you go see the Jewish copper plates, it says you can live here and prosper in peace, long as the earth and the moon exist. Same thing on copper plates have been given to all the other communities. And today when you walk around, you can see these 15 footprints. One of the footprints is the Jewish community.
Oh.
The Jews trace their origins back to the ancient Hebrews of Israel. Thus, the diaspora, which is the migration of the Jews from their homeland Jerusalem, was born because of the exile that was forced upon them. Today, they are found scattered across the four corners in an attempt to protect their religious beliefs and their identity, which has been largely influenced by their place of settlement. There are varied accounts of the origin stories of the Jews. Some state that the Jews had sailed to South India on King Solomon's ship, to contradictory sects that state they came at the time of the Assyrian exile of 722 BCE. While on another note, their origin can be tracked back to the Babylonian exile in 586 BCE. That is the destruction of the Second Holy Temple in 70 CE and a 4th century migration from Majorca.
More than 70% are old people. The new generation wanted to go to Israel. Only few people like to stay here. For example, Elias Joseph's daughter, one daughter is already there in Israel. The younger daughter is trying to get married somebody from Israel. Josephi wanted to go to Israel. So we don't know what will happen to that synagogue after Elias Josephi leaving for Israel. It's a beautiful heritage building. It is representing a lot of history.
Yeah.
Maybe something interesting would be like the Simhat Torah aspect, like that's a key festival in Cochin, but elsewhere it's not.
Due to the constant exile and persecution which led to large-scale migration, Jews are people who have a presence all over the world. And slowly but surely they adopt some of the culture of the region and add that to their own religion. The problem with this is that there is no way to communicate this change to the Jews of other regions, leading to differences in religious practices between the Jews from different areas. The Jews of Kochi enjoyed involving their neighbors and friends in their customs and practices to a certain extent. Locals recall the weddings being the most exciting event. Since there would be barely any guests for the spontaneous union, the Jews and their friends and neighbors would make up for the crowd.
Time they were leaving, economy was basically spices and all those things. Now all those things have changed. Now tourism has come in a big way. Tourism has come in a big way, and all the spice shops are now antique shops or restaurants or art galleries and all those. So there is another sector that has come. There was a totally reinvention of Matanjari. They were businessmen. Most of these people are cutthroat businessmen. So they have business in the blood. Do with economy. Economically, they were all on the upper crust in Cochin, and they were well settled here, well connected. They were part of the Cochin society very much. Nobody ever thought that they are going to go off. The pepper exchange is just next to the synagogue. The pepper exchange, the spices exchange, everything is there. Actually, government is a municipal corporation has to look after the cultural this thing. But even if they don't look, because it is so precious, we the people of this locality have to guard that heritage. Because it has been one of the glorious chapters of our history. So we will never allow to pay.
So you think
I am convener of INTAC,
the
Indian National Trust for Art and Cultural Heritage. As a convener for heritage, I only believe that even if nobody is there to look after, we will care for that heritage. We will keep it alive.